Good morning, Elmira Baptist Church. I'm glad you've joined me today, Thursday, January 13th, 2022. I understand that there was some trouble last night and we did not get the Bible study live streamed to you the effective way we wanted to. Trust me, it's almost always a technical problem. Every once in a while there's some oversight, but this time the iPad we use to facilitate the live stream started changing settings, and that didn't get caught. And so this morning, with Roy's help, he came in, and I think we have it all set up. So if you're watching this live about 11 o'clock, a few minutes after 11 o'clock on Thursday morning, January 13th, 2022, congratulations. We've got it figured out. The quote of today is, "We are drowning in information while we are starving for wisdom." We are drowning in information while we are starving for wisdom. Announcements. Are you missing your keys? We have a nice set of keys here at the church that showed up rather suddenly about 2 weeks ago. They're such nice keys, I feel like they must belong to someone. Somebody must be missing their keys. So if you're missing your keys, or if a fellow church member says, "Hey, I haven't seen my keys for a while. Have you seen them? Would you send them to me?" We'll see if we can get these keys reconnected to their owner. We're also working our way through our 31 days of Proverbs. 31 days of Proverbs is our goal of reading the chapter of Proverbs that corresponds to the day of the month. So today, January 13th, I read Proverbs 13. Concurrently with that, we are working through the Proverbs Project, which is an 8-page guide that is designed with the goal of making you think about what you're reading. Not just reading the chapter, but making you think about what you're reading. Are there words you don't recognize? What are the topics that are being dealt with? What verse can you put into use today? So if you're doing the 31 Days of Proverbs Project, you're just reading through it, great. If you're actually doing the Proverbs Project and writing things down, even better. But I hope that you'll join us. It's not too late. And if you've gotten behind, here's my advice. Don't worry about making up days. Just start today with chapter 13 of Proverbs. Open up your Proverbs Project to that chapter and work on it there. Each Sunday, we are presenting a verse for you to memorize and meditate on. Do you know what this week's verse is? What was in the bulletin on Sunday, January 9th? Top of the page on the right-hand side, inside. Said, Romans 3:23, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God." Again, not too late, just to meditate on that verse. Memorize it, meditate on it. Look for the next verse in this Sunday's bulletin. And again, fathers, would you find a way to draw your children's attention to that verse? Help them memorize it. Meditate on it this week. This coming Sunday, the Redemption Trio from West Coast Baptist College will be with us. They have a group of songs they're going to sing for us. They are representing the college, and then Nathan Burt is going to preach to us in the morning. Again, the goal is to live stream that. 9:45 Sunday school. We have a special Sunday school teacher. We'll live stream to you. 11 o'clock morning worship. We will live stream that as well. And then Sunday evening, I want to preach to you about grace. We've talked a lot about this, but much of preaching is reminding us about the things that we already know, but just need to be reminded of. So come, hear about grace. You may learn some new things, and you will certainly be reminded of the riches of God's grace in our life. The goal, again, is to live stream, 9:45, 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock on Sunday. And if you ever miss one of those, either because your schedule got messed up and you missed it, or, and this happens, we are not live streaming at 5 o'clock on Sunday night, for example, don't worry. We'll try to post those, the recordings of those, on sermon audio and also on the church's YouTube channel. And to find the church's YouTube channel and to find our sermon audio page, you simply need to go to elmirafamily.com. If you don't see it right there at the top, it's okay. Just scroll down a little bit and it's about halfway down on the left-hand side of a computer screen. If you're using a phone, it's about halfway through the page there. You'll find some links to our YouTube channel, to our Facebook page, and to our sermon audio page. Here are some upcoming dates in this month. This Saturday, this Saturday, January 15th, we're going to meet 9 o'clock in the morning to pray, and then 10 o'clock to go out, do some door knocking, do some visiting. If you would like to join us, come on, 10 o'clock this Saturday morning. Again, Sunday, the Redemption Trio will be with us in the morning. And then on January 23rd, Tim Schmidt will be preaching to us both Sunday morning and Sunday night. The teen event this month is at Kurt and Maurice's house on Friday, January 28th. And then on Sunday, January 30th, we have a Sing-spiration, which means we're going to sing your hymn favorites. But I do need you to write them down. That sign-up sheet is on the table. And then following that Sing-spiration, we're going to have some finger foods. I trust that you will join us. February 6th, missionaries to Australia, Matt and Sarah Cook, will be with us. And then on February 12th at 9 o'clock in the morning is our next men's work day. That'll be our February work day. There's been some folks ill. There's been some of you that have been exposed to illness and are not comfortable joining us. I understand. I do. Don't be discouraged. Stay home if you need to stay home. Stay home if you're sick. Stay home if you've been exposed to sick people. Join us by live stream. If you are well, then come on out. We'll be here on Sunday morning. For our devotional, Proverbs chapter 11 seems appropriate with our 31 days of Proverbs that I would look to Proverbs throughout the month for my devotionals, and Proverbs 11, verse 2. Proverbs 11:2 says this: "When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom." Our culture has an unhealthy emphasis on self-esteem. That's what we call it, self-esteem. Now, there is a proper place for self-esteem and certainly a proper place for confidence in Christ. But often we're telling young people, you can do it, you can be anyone you want, you can do anything you want. And frankly, that's not true. And it builds up in us pride. Now, pride may be an unintended consequence of this unhealthy focus on self-esteem, but nevertheless, pride is there. And pride leads to shame. Pride is a hindrance to obtaining wisdom. Think about it. If I'm good, if I'm there, if I already can be anybody I want to be, well, what do I have to learn from others? What is there in the Bible to possibly learn? So self-esteem, this unhealthy focus on self-esteem, leads to pride. Very common in the human heart because that's the way the natural, broken, sinful man is. We're proud. And then pride blocks us from wisdom. Secondly, pride, according to this verse, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. I remember being in 6th grade when the principal came in to my classroom. Principal enjoyed math, so he put an equation up on the board, a story problem and an equation up on the board, and he said, if you can solve this, you see me. Well, I took a look at it, had some extra time that day, worked through it, solved it, went to the principal, said, I have an answer. He said, wow, that's pretty neat. You did that pretty well. The next day, or maybe it was 2 days, it was pretty shortly after that, my teacher said to me, the principal would like to see you in his office. I thought, that's great. I'm going to get a reward. I solved the problem. I figured it out. I'm a good student. I know math. That's me. So I got up out of my seat, just hip-hopped down to the principal's office. Well, the principal hadn't called me to his office to reward me for the work story problem. The principal had called me into his office because there was a discipline issue in the class, and I hadn't responded to the teacher correctly. And I was there for rebuke, not for reward. But what made it particularly hard for me was that I was walking on cloud 9 thinking I was going to get a reward for being such a smart student, for being such a math whiz, which I am not, by the way, but that's what pride tells us. But for being such a genius, and instead I ended up being rebuked for being a disrespectful student, which was appropriate. I'd been disrespectful. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. And frankly, I'll tell you why I'd become a disrespectful student, because I thought I was smarter than my teachers. I was the math genius. How come I was learning from them? When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. Part of the heartbeat of Elmira Baptist Church is sincere humility before an amazing God. A recognition of our place in God's creation, the recognition of God's great blessing in bringing us to where we are, that's humility. And with humility comes wisdom. If you want to obtain wisdom from Proverbs, if you want to benefit from your reading of Proverbs, if you want to benefit from filling out the Proverbs project, a prerequisite is lowliness of heart. A willingness to admit, God, I'm not all there. I can't be anybody I want. I can't accomplish all that I want to accomplish. I can't accomplish all that you want me to accomplish without your help. The Bible says that God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. We want to be those who are humble, who receive grace from God's hand, who receive wisdom from God's hand. I hope you'll join me this Sunday. We'll be meeting at 9:45 for Sunday school, live streaming that. Meeting at 11 o'clock for worship with the Redemption Trio from West Coast Baptist College. I look forward to the preaching by Nathan Burt. We'll live stream that. And then in the evening at 5 o'clock, we will also live stream the evening worship. I hope you'll join us either virtually or even better, in person. And if so, I'll see you there.